Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to get right into the charts. So this channel is all about stock market technical analysis. I am a trader. I'm an active trader, and I call the trade ideas that I see in the charts. So everything is really all about the charts, what they're telling us, and this is swing trading as well. So we're not really looking for day trades, things to get in and out in the same day. I'll point some of those out every now and then when I see them, but for the most part, these videos I'm covering swing trade ideas. So if that's what you're interested in, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and let's get into it. So starting out here with triple Qs. So we broke our support level the other day, right? Yesterday, 2 days ago, or yesterday, sorry, at this 334 area. This was your support shelf. You can see right there that we were holding this support shelf, and we gapped down and sold down and broke. So that was a sell signal. I put that out in the video yesterday saying that I was shorting the Qs. We have a sell signal, and I'm looking for more downside. So as I zoom in on the hourly, you can see we kind of held. There's a gap right here, a gap entry. It's right about 327. We kind of held that level, and we're bouncing, but really all we did was bounce up to the resistance. Didn't even quite get there. Right now, that resistance is about 334, and so we obviously could bounce up to there, but I see us probably getting stopped right up in that area at 334. So that's the area I'd be looking for. If you haven't taken a short, that's where I would be taking a short, and then also maybe adding to a short if you're in one. Looking for some more downside. Now we do have a gap down below right here on this hourly chart at 324. It's about 324.30 or so. You can see also previously we held that as a major level of resistance through this trading range that I had marked out. You can see resistance all through here. 5 tags of that. So I think that's a likely target. I think we're going to come down to that area, and that would be a very logical place for the bulls to really step in. And so I think we're heading lower down to that 324, down a little bit more. Obviously, if we break that level and we just slice right through it, then I'd probably look for this level right down here. Let me clean this up. Right down around 311, 310. That's another level. And then we also have this level right down here at 298.50. So keep an eye on those levels. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do to get down there. So we'll just, for now, we're just going to watch this and see how we react around this 324. That's the area I'll likely be looking to cover some of the short trade and, look for continuation or, possibly a long. We'll look at that. Here's IWM. We'll just flip over to here. So again, here's the trend line we're watching on IWM, the upward trend line. This is coming off your March 2020 lows, and you can see we're just continuing to walk up the trend line. They're kind of starting to break it, but it's not impulsive. You need to see a nice impulsive breakdown. We don't have that yet, so still not a sell signal on this one. We'll keep an eye on that. Until we get that, this is going to likely hold this uptrend. So it's a battle right now. You can see they're kind of fighting to hold. The bulls are in there trying to buy it, trying to hold that trend line. SPY. On the daily, we still haven't broke that support shelf of 410.80. That still has not broke. So that's likely, Qs is likely not going to go down too much beyond that level that I just pointed out, that 324 area, unless the SPY breaks this 411 area. So it's about 410.80. So look for a break of that. And if you don't get the break of that, then that might be, we might just have a small little sell-off in Qs, and that might be all there is. This is very similar to what happened last time, that there was a fear of interest rates rising. The Qs sold off about 12%, and the SPY really didn't move down that much. I think it moved down 3, 4, maybe 5%. So maybe we're just repeating that, where the Qs is going to have some movement, the SPY is not going to move a lot, and that's all that the move is going to be. Next one I want to talk about is Lyft. We have a sell signal in Lyft. I am short Lyft. I just shorted this thing today. Here's Lyft on the daily chart. They just reported earnings. You can see they broke yesterday, but then they reported earnings and they kicked it back up, basically closing it back above that support that trend line support yesterday. But today, that's an impulsive breakdown so far in the daily. Now, unless they come in, come in to close the day and they buy it up into the close, then that would be a false breakdown. But as of right now, it's a breakdown. So I took it short. You can see this trend line right here. We've been walking up and, we're starting to break that trend line. The obvious target would be gap fill all the way down here at about 32, I think would be the final target. We're likely going to get, there will be some reactions along the way, but, and perhaps we hold some support right in this area. It's right, let me tighten that up just a little bit. It's right about 50-60, or we'll say 50-67. There's some support right there, so likely going to hold that or at least get a slight reaction. But earnings are out of the way. We're starting to break trend. We also have big negative divergence on the daily and the RSI, so that's the indication that that's what we're looking for. The momentum has been breaking or fading basically through all of this upward price action all through here, and you can see now we're breaking the trend line support right there. So I like it. I'm short. Peloton's breaking today on some negative news, down 9% and continuing to sell off. So that's clearly a sell signal or another breakdown. Now, again, this trade, I had it circled right up here. This is the area that I actually initiated my short, and I talked about that in the video back then. That, and that's the thing. When you're taking a short position, usually it's at a very bullish moment. So it's a counter trend trade. Typically, the way that this trading style works, you look for the negative divergence and see it right there. So I have that circled, that negative divergence showed up right there on that new high. So that was the objective area to short it. And, since that short, it's gone down, this thing has faded almost, 45%. So it's lost half its value basically from that short entry. So that is how this trading style works. Now, we're starting to put in maybe some bullish divergence. We're not confirmed yet. So, if this continues to sell off, then we're likely going to burn through this bullish divergence and just continue lower. We'll keep an eye on that. But, yeah, that's how that works. So this Peloton continues to sell off. Now, I don't, I'm not short this thing right now. I covered my short a while back right here at this support line at 99. So obviously I didn't catch it all. But again, it's not really about catching the entirety of the move. That's really hard to do, to catch the entirety of the move. It's really about just catching, most of the move. And I would say this trade, so far at least, we've caught most of the move to the downside. Moving on. Quick update on BABA. I actually closed this long trade yesterday. It was at break even, and with the market initiating that sell signal in tech, I didn't really want to be long a tech stock like BABA. So I closed that one at break even. Maybe it works out, to the long side. It still has bullish divergence. There it is right there. Never mind. I take that back. It doesn't have bullish divergence. It has bullish momentum. The momentum is moving up here, and the price has been moving up as well. So the price has been trending up in a long-term bull trend, and this is a daily chart, and the momentum's still up. So it's got earnings coming out on May 13th, so next week, or maybe the week after, actually. So we'll see, but as of right now, with that sell signal and the triple Qs, I just didn't want to be long this. So just update everyone on that one. Let's change gears a little bit and flip over to coffee. Here's Joe, up to almost 3%. Again, the thing I like about coffee is it's a commodity. All these ag commodities are clearly in a bull trend, and coffee's kind of lagged behind. So that one I like. It's we've got some resistance right here at 40.70. You can see we held that as resistance back here in March of 2020. Held it again here in September of 2020, and really kind of held it again right there in February. Recently, though, we broke out 3 impulsive days of buying it up, but then they faded it back below, making it look like a false breakout. Today, gapping up. and back above that. So, we could chop around some more and just, kind of grind around. That's completely possible. But I like the fact that it's back above that resistance line after fading below and then gapping up back above. So in general, I'm still bullish. The other thing I like about it is we're making higher lows. You can see higher lows. I got it circled there. Here's another higher low right there. And higher highs. So we've got a high and now a new higher high right there. So as far as I can tell, starting to uptrend. And we'll look at gold and probably wrap up with these gold miners. So gold, they smacked it down yesterday pretty much in just a matter of a few minutes based on that report or that news of Yellen. And let's go to the hourly here. You can see still battling with this resistance level of about 1790, 1800. So we've you can see here as I zoom out, we really have been battling with that level. It's right about there. We'll just mark that out. And we've tagged it a couple times, haven't been able to break out. So we're just consolidating below. Not really selling off, though, that impulsively. You can see yesterday they sold it down. Today they're kind of buying it back up. So usually when you see consolidation taking place right underneath a resistance level, it's just kind of building energy for an impulsive breakout or for that breakout above that level. That's what I think this is doing. It's hard to say definitively, but again, we've had the bullish divergence on the chart. The RSI right there, this, I have it circled, was a divergent low, and that oftentimes signals a change in trend, or can signal a change in trend. I think once we get that breakout of that 1800, that's really going to be the clear telltale sign that we're breaking out to the upside. Looking for that. And as I flip through some of these miners, I continue to see no technical real damage done to gold. Here's Agnico Eagle still holding that support line. We broke out and we're just kind of consolidating above support. Nothing's technically changed there. FNV just continuing to uptrend line. Here's Barrick Gold, kind of holding. My trend line's probably off slightly, this green one. It's kind of a range, but it's basically right in this area. We're not really selling off impulsively, just kind of consolidating, holding, hanging out. Royal Gold, holding this 113.05 level. This was a short uptrend line here, but on Royal Gold, you can see we clearly have a breakout of this downtrend line on the daily chart. So breakout right there, come back in, test support, and continue to move higher. We're also having to battle with that 200-day moving average right there. So just kind of consolidating below that. We start seeing these things pop above the 200. That's another sign you can look for bullish momentum. Wheaton, precious metals, holding support. Here's your breakout. There's your downtrend line right there on the daily chart. Breakout, back test, kind of bouncing off of that, but not breaking down. So still looks good on that. HMY, there's your downtrend line right there. And we broke out. Nice impulsive breakout with a big gap up and a big green candle. Come back in for a back test, bounce. We're starting to create what looks like an uptrend, upward trend right here. And I've got the trend line marked out right there. We're just slightly below it, but it's not selling off impulsively, so still hanging out. What else? Newmont, here's another big one. Downtrend line right there in Newmont, breakout, back test, and still holding. So that's kind of the story for a lot of these gold miners, and that's why I think gold's likely still looks bullish. The miners still look bullish. It's not every day is not going to be an update. Some days we just consolidate. So looks good on those, and I'm still long. That's really all I got for this morning. If anything crazy happens, I'll put out another video. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next one.